Blind Ambition, Driving Inclusion and Opportunity. An interview with Phoebe Oldham from Be My Eyes at Sight Village Central 2025.
Hello, Phoebe. Nice to meet you here at Sight Village today. I think most people know Be My Eyes, but for those that don't, could you tell us a bit about yourselves?
Hi, Tim. Well, yeah, it's great to be here. We love coming to events like this to be able to share a little bit more about Be My Eyes, what it is that we do, and sort of get the word out there. So at Be My Eyes, we're about 880,000 blind and low vision users. We're an application that you can use on your phone mostly. And what we do is we connect these blind and low vision users with our community of volunteers through one-way video and two-way audio calls. So we have about 9 million volunteers now worldwide. So after the Red Cross, we're the second largest community of volunteers in the world. And this is increasing daily in terms of volunteers and in terms of our users as well. And the way that it works is that a blind or low vision user can simply go onto the application on their phone. There is a large button where you can just call a volunteer. And what it does is it connects the user with one of these volunteers worldwide. And the volunteer will then be able to see through the phone of the user. So what this means is that if the user needs assistance with, for example, making sure that the oven's off, or making sure that the chicken isn't out of date, for example, or trying to find the keys in the house. So all sorts of little things or bigger things, it really does vary, can get assistance from a volunteer by showing with their camera, so that the volunteer can essentially become their eyes and assist them. So that's a sort of overview of what it is that we do. We also have AI functionalities. So our AI is prompted for the blind and low vision community. So it's incredibly detailed and can, again, be used for a variety of different things. It's mostly photo to text, so it could be reading a text itself. It could be determining what's on the screen on a laptop. Or again, it could be also for checking if the oven is on, for example. So there's a variety of different options.
I'm still taken back by the second largest volunteer organisation.
Yeah,
and
after
that
the Red
number has
Cross.
been growing. Last time I looked, it was like 8 million, so hitting the 9 million.
Yeah.
And how would somebody start getting involved to use it as a blind and VI person?
Yeah, so for a user that's looking to use Be My Eyes, to leverage Be My Eyes to get this sort of day-to-day assistance, they would simply have to go into the App Store, the Google Store, download Be My Eyes. You have to sign in, you have to do a little registration. The purpose for this is, for example, we'll ask you what languages you speak, whereabouts you're based. So the reason for this is, for example, we support about 180 languages. And obviously, if you speak Spanish, for example, we will route your calls to volunteers who have also entered that they speak Spanish. So things like this are questions that we'll ask, and then you will have access to the app. You'll be able to call volunteers, use our AI, and also get into contact with some of our customer companies. So for example, we work with Microsoft. So if you are working with Microsoft Teams, for example, and things stop working or there's an issue, you can, instead of calling a volunteer, you can call Microsoft. And what that will do is that will put you into contact with a Microsoft customer support agent. The concept is the same with the one-way video. So the agent will be able to see through your camera. You'll be able to show them what the issue is, and they will be able to direct you directly in real time on how to actually solve the issue. So we also have that option there.
Excellent. And in addition to the companies that are really on board with Be My Eyes, where you've got the video connection, you also have a directory that allows people to connect to accessibility departments of lots of companies. Do you know how many that is for the UK at the moment, roughly?
Yeah, so at the UK, in terms of companies that we work with the customer support and things like that, the companies, so we, as I said, we work with Microsoft, for example, Google, Sony, Hilton, all of these large companies. So that's available in the UK. But obviously the HQ isn't a British company at the moment. So I joined the company about 3.5 months ago. There was a big focus on the US and US partnerships prior, I've joined the team now to grow our presence in Europe and in the UK specifically. So we're currently having conversations with around 10 major UK companies. So this includes supermarkets, certain banks, transport, telecommunications, a few other things. So we're hoping to really create sort of have that growth in the UK. So users in the UK will be able to have even more support through companies that are based, as I said, for example, banks that are UK banks, to be able to get that assistance. So we're working on that at the moment.
Fantastic. I was thinking when I used it, there's already quite a number of companies where you've got their phone numbers. So it sounds like the more those companies that are coming on board will get a much better experience with them able to access their cameras and that. But in that directory, you've also got companies that just get us to the right phone line, which is, so it's really brought together.
We do, yes. The reason for that is obviously it takes a lot of time to navigate the internet to get to actually find the support number for any given company. As somebody who's cited it, it can still take forever to try and find that correct number. So having it in the directory, even if it's not those video calls, if it's just it is just the basic phone number, it still can make life a lot easier.
Oh, it's personally taken me hours looking for numbers.
Yeah. It can be really difficult just trying to find numbers just to get into contact with somebody. So obviously the bigger partnerships that we have where the customer support, where we link you to a customer support agent directly with the video. This works better for some companies, like for example, Sony. If you had a Sony speaker that stopped working, for a user to be able to figure out what the issue is, what the solution is, if it doesn't work, call somebody. A lot of the times the questions are going to be, is it flashing green or is it flashing red? For somebody who is blind or low vision, this is obviously very, this doesn't help actually solve the issue. So having that one-way video means that we can find a solution to the problem extremely fast. So things like that, where having that video support is really crucial. Other companies are a little bit less so, just with the phone number questions can be answered. But for a lot, we found having that video call really does make a massive difference.
Oh, it absolutely does. But having the number is a great first step as well. And it sounds like you're doing lots of work to increase the number of people. And as a community, I'm sure I speak for most of the community when we say we're extremely grateful for the service that you provide and the championing you're doing on our behalf. So thank you very much, Phoebe.
Thank you, Tim.
Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Visit www.blindambition.co.uk to find out more information.